once you're going to play faster and faster and faster, then you have to upgrade to a racket with carbon. Are these the best buy beginner rackets? We're going to find out in this video. Today we're testing the Carrera versus the Royal Padel F. So they both have a round shape. This is slightly more teardrop, feels bigger to me, and this feels smaller, but this one is harder and this one is softer. This one has a semi-soft EVA rubber, both of the rackets. And because you only have fiberglass normally, it is very, very soft. But if you use fiberglass and an EVA medium soft rubber, that will give you some extra power. And that's something that I really, really like about this racket. So if you are a beginner and you play fast, then this is definitely something you should try out. Why? I'm going to tell you in the video. Okay, after playing, this sound feels like heavier and this feels slightly higher, the sound. I feel this one is softer, this one is harder when playing in defense. They are very easy to maneuver, and with this racket you definitely feel, with both of the rackets, if you hit the ball correctly or not. Both of them have a very big sweet spot, but if you hit the ball on the side, you can hear that you did something wrong. So then you know I have to work on my timing. They all feel soft, and it really feels that you have a lot of control with the rackets if you're playing soft. And I feel like if I'm accelerating, then this is going to be the racket that you're playing with, the Royal Padel F. With the volleys, you don't have to do a lot to get the ball over the net. The racket will accelerate the ball. But if you are going to accelerate fast with your volleys, then it's a very big difference in control. When playing soft, this is your racket, so maybe for the ladies, this racket, or for people that play soft and very intelligent balls on the court. And if you like to play faster and you like to play with the smash, then the Royal Padel FA works better for you. So I think the decision you have to make, do I play soft, do I play hard? And then you can choose. The price is quite good, I think, for a beginner / advanced racket. So that's also why I created the video. I don't want to make all the videos about professional rackets, because I think it's super important if you're a beginner or an advanced player that you play with the correct racket, otherwise you get an injury. So please, people, be careful that you don't aim too low with the price tag of your racket, because your racket might be less expensive, but if you have to go to the physio because you have an injury, that's more expensive than having a cheap racket. Yeah, so that's why also this is one of the major reasons why we created this testing the rackets thing, because I feel like people are not playing with the correct racket, and an expensive racket is not always a better racket. So also super important. Yeah, so with the bandejas I did have a lot of control with both of the rackets. I can feel that I can play a lot of slides with the rackets. It doesn't really matter where the ball comes into my racket, but the same thing with the volleys. If I start accelerating more, then I go preferring to the black version, and then softer the red version. Both of the rackets are for sale. In the next 2 weeks you get 10% discount if you use code Otro Nivel on Racket Team online shop. And if you're fast, you will get 10% discount. If you are late, no worries, but the discount will go back to 5%. So if you're interested in one of these rackets, get them now. when I was playing the smashes, I could give a lot of kick to the ball. Very nice. There is a big difference in smashing with kick and smashing with power. If you smash with power, then you do have to get a racket with carbon. You kind of lose control with fiberglass rackets, in my opinion. Then it might be better if you're going for the power smash, or you like to smash a lot, to get a racket with carbon. If you play with effect and you play soft and you play like drop shots, perfect rackets, especially for beginners. I feel like they're very arm friendly. When I hit the ball, it just goes. It doesn't really matter where I hit the ball, and it feels very easy to use. I think just upgrading the racket with price could help you play better. But that's my personal opinion. After I used a lot of rackets, I kind of feel the major differences, that a fiberglass racket is very good for beginners, and once you're going to play faster and faster and faster, then you have to upgrade to a racket with carbon. I think that's the main thing that we're finding out after testing a racket every single Friday. But if you play soft, perfectly. If you play faster, then this could be a racket. So the racket has carbon fiber, but they're not multi-layered like in the face of the racket. So it feels kind of soft. Yeah, so if you like to play with control, definitely something. So there is carbon fiber in there. I think the biggest difference is that this has a little bit harder EVA rubber and this is a little bit softer EVA rubber. So this could be a more arm-friendly racket than the EVA. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please give a like on the video. It would be awesome to have maybe 700 likes on the video. And if you're interested in one of these rackets, then you can click the link below. It's our own web shop, so you also help the channel grow to get the racket here. And if you want to test any rackets, you can come to, if you are living in Holland or not, you can go to Schiedam. We have a test center over there. You can test all the rackets that are registered at our store. We also on the website have a shorter version of the rackets that we are testing, but because you stick to the end of the video, you probably don't need that. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching, and I also hope to see you in the next video. Hasta luego, ciao, adios.